Rachel, this past weekend, the Pirates got to see Lewis Clark State again for the second time this year. But the previous weekend, we were down in Oregon. We got to see two of the teams right near the top of the conference, and they played well against us. How is that experience good for us to see what the top level of this conference looks like?
I think now that we're deeper in the season and this young team has had more and more experience, now that we've had that experience and we had some really tough losses at the beginning, coming up against still very skilled and talented schools has allowed them to actually see their own progress. You know, it's tough still not winning some of these matches outright, but we saw really, really close sets. We saw third sets, which means, man, if we get to a third set, we can do this. So they're starting to see the fruits of their labor. The schools that we played in Oregon, they're just more experienced than us. Linfield has been at the top of our conference for as long as I can remember. They know how to post W's. And my players now recognized, having had some really close matches with players they knew, are tough players, players they respect, players they're looking to. Now they see, okay, I'm in this. I can do this. So I think even though it is just tough to lose some of those matches, we have a path. And they're starting to believe that this work is actually going to lead somewhere, and it will.
How nice was it to be able to get outside and play this weekend?
It was glorious. Even though LC State took it to us, it was just amazing to be outside. It's a different game. It's a completely different game, especially after having trained so hard inside, especially against so many schools who strike the ball differently, even from being more indoor players. It's so great to actually get an opportunity to play outside as we prepare to go to Texas this next week.
And speaking of, yes, you're heading outdoors to a warmer climate down south in Texas. Talk about the experiences you expect the girls to have down there.
Honestly, I'm looking for opportunities to learn some new strategies about being outside. There's, as I mentioned earlier, it's a different game. There's different considerations. The elements have to be taken into consideration. And for my team, I think this is going to be really academic and educational in a lot of ways. And I think for our culture, it's going to be great too. We get to travel down with the men, and all of our matches are going to be simultaneous. So the energy of these matches is going to be awesome. And looking at scores on paper, we haven't played any of these schools recently, so it's hard to know exactly what to expect, but on paper these look like these are all going to be close, winnable matches. But again, we go down, we play, we do what needs to be done, and we see what we can see.